Hi there, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing one joining me from across the globe. Thank you for joining me. I came live actually to look at a strategy. I'll look at just one because of time to become more resilient and deal with challenges in our life. Because on the group, the mentor resilience talk had to be yesterday with the wonderful, inspiring Angela Preston, but unfortunately she couldn't make it because of unforeseen circumstances. And I promised I was going to come live today to talk briefly about resilience, but I've been really busy. I'll just still do it briefly. I didn't announce because I was actually really busy. Thank you for joining me. And as you join, make yourself comfortable. I'm going to share on the group because I had to go live on that group, but I've not gone live there. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Good evening. How are you all doing? I can see some of you here. Hi, Fade. How are you, darling? I can see you here on my iPad. Let me try and put this on my timeline. I didn't tell anyone I was coming live. I could do that to get more people, but I was busy. Those who can catch me will catch me, and we can share later on, and others can actually watch later on. Oh, dear. 1 minute. Okay, great. I'm gonna do a watch party on the mentor group. Thank you. Hi, darling. Hi, everyone. How are you all doing today? I hope you're having an incredibly beautiful day and, keeping fit and healthy. I am keeping fit. I'm healthy. I exercised this morning. We had an amazing Zoom session and about an hour of exercise. I've been eating healthy, drinking a lot of water. I'm super fit and healthy. It's one of my greatest priorities because our health is our wealth. We know that it's our greatest asset as well. We must prioritize and take care of it. So today I had to stop by and do a series on success blueprints because my upcoming book will be released on the 3rd of October, which is Saturday, and it's Success Blueprint. A great book, a groundbreaking book to enable you a step-by-step guide, blueprint, roadmap to identify what true success is or means to you and achieve success in every area of your life. Ciao, Tesoro, ciao. Oh, love you. I was surprised how he's giving me all of these hearts. That's my twin sister, Betty, all the way from Cameroon, Dr. Reza Bettingawa. She's a pharmacist. She's an amazing woman. I met her in Italy, and since then we've been like twin sister. She's literally a sister to me. Her first son's godmom as well, my wonderful Yan. Lots of love to you, my baby Yan. They're all bigger than me now and taller than me. Grazie tesoro, grazie, è sempre un piacere. I'm gonna do the video, please darling. Today's a bit of a hectic day, but I promise I'll do it. I'll try and do it immediately after this. Thank you, sweetheart. And thank you all for joining me. Like I said, I had to do a series on success. I said I was gonna be coming live every single day until Saturday when I actually release that book. It's a powerful book. What is success? What is success to you? What does success mean to you? And like we said yesterday, if to one person it could be a great mom, it could be a doctor, it could be a lawyer, it could be a carer, it could be a nurse, but there are key traits and qualities that kind of like define successful people. And there are things like joy, happiness, fulfillment, satisfaction, and that inner rest. So I'm not going to talk about that now. I might stop this video I'm doing about resilience, and then I will come live again and talk briefly about success blueprints. Right now, the reason I chose to do this on resilience, I've got my book, I don't have it yet as well, 7 Powerful Strategies for Overcoming Life Challenges. I've got a program, we are developing that, we're working with universities, employers, resilience blueprint. There is audio, there are PowerPoints for you to build resilience. Resilience is simply our ability to bounce back, our ability to rise up when we fall, our ability to become so elastic, so when we hit the floor or the surface, we don't stay there. We are capable of bouncing back. And the thing is that we don't even bounce back to the level where we were prior to hitting the ground. We bounce back higher. Imagine when you hit a ball, an elastic ball on a surface, it bounces back and it bounces back higher. It doesn't matter the surface where you are hitting that ball. 2 balls may hit that same surface. A ball that is so elastic, a ball that is so resilient will bounce back higher than a ball that is weak, than a ball that is not really elastic. So too often when we go through challenging situations in life, crises, they are not the crises that determine how we respond or who we become. Some might cry, some might become ill, some might become depressed, some might become resentful. It is because of who you are. You need to find out the things in you that are causing you to respond or react that way and becoming that bitter person after a challenge. No challenge comes with a label like, I'm going to make Sylvia bitter, I'm going to make Betty smile. Absolutely. They don't know us. Challenges are challenges. They are independent of us. It's the way we'll actually respond to those challenges that will determine the outcome when we go through them. So from my book, one of the key strategies, there are 8 strategies in that book. I'm just going to talk about one key strategy tonight because of the time. I've got other programs. I've got a session later, a training from 10 o'clock, so I can't stay longer. And I know myself, when I start talking, I talk, a lot. So I'm going to talk about this, which is the key. It's the beginning. If you start well, you're going to end well. It's like what really opens that door, the gateway into resilience. And it's your ability to step back in the midst of challenges, in the midst of storm, your ability to step back and inward and reflect. I repeat that. One key strategy is the number one, the initial strategy that if you start it, you cannot miss it. I've used this strategy over and over in every tough situation I've encountered in life. I've shared it with thousands of people, women specifically, some going through some really hard times, depression, suicidal thoughts and all of that. They've applied these strategies, 8 of them, and they've bounced back big time. I've applied it in my life over and over, and I still apply it. It works. It is effective. If you apply this first strategy, it gives you the power to be in control. You cannot actually be responsible for something you are not in control of. If you are not in control of a situation, of a chaotic situation, of a challenge, forget it. You cannot control it. You cannot control it. And of course, it will impact you in its way. It's just like change will happen all the time. Change happens all the time. Whether we agree or we are actually in support, in favor of change or not, there are key 2 things. If I am not an agent of change, I will automatically become a victim of change, because change will happen anyway, anyhow, with or without my permission. And if I'm not proactive, if I'm not creating change, I am becoming a victim. Change happens, I'm squashed, I'm stuck in there, and then unfortunately, it starts affecting me. So the key area is your ability to reflect. Let me ask you this question. How many of us, when we go through challenging situation in life, how many of us really sit back first and reflect? And when I talk about reflection, reflection is different from worrying. If you worry a lot, you will be great at reflecting. You just turn the coin over. When you worry, you focus on things you have no control over, things that have not even happened, things that you are thinking, what if and all of that. So when you worry, the only difference is you focus your energy on the wrong things that you have no control over. When you reflect, you focus your energy in you, on you, on something and someone that you have the power to control. Because the truth is, I can only control myself. You cannot control humans. You cannot control even your own child, their thoughts. I only have power to control myself. I can inspire people to change their lives, but I cannot control the way I want them to become. It's not possible because it's all in the mind. The mind is actually responsible for, who we become. So, and you cannot think for another. You cannot have their mindset. You can influence them if they allow you to influence their thought patterns, and hence, eventually, their behaviors, their words, their actions, and their lifestyle. So when you reflect, the focus is on you. Let's pause a minute. What is that challenging situation that some of you, I'm going to look here because I don't want to touch that. I don't have my tripod. Let me see if anybody has a question for me. Great. What is that challenging situation you are going through right now in your life? I want you to pause for a moment. We all have gone through various challenges in our life. We go through. If you've not gone through yet, the time is coming, okay? We grow by going through challenges. It's an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity for improvement. It's an opportunity for us to become better. When you embrace challenges in an optimistic way, it brings out the very best in you. How many of us are going through some challenging situations in life right now? And I want you to pause and reflect. How is this situation affecting my life? How am I allowing this situation to affect my life? Because situations, circumstances are just things, they cannot impact you unless you let them impact you, by letting them get a grip of you, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. And that's the same reason why two people are capable of going through exactly the same situation. Their responses are completely different and opposite. Because it's not caused by the situations, by the challenges, by the external forces. It is the way we think, the way we perceive those challenges, those crises that determine who we become and how we respond to them, and how it eventually affects us. Whether we become resilient, we are capable of bouncing back, rising up tougher and stronger than before, or just staying there crushed on the floor and giving up every hope. So in this moment of reflection, you're going to be reflecting on you. Above all, not on, I'm not good enough. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they said I'm stupid, I'm that, I'm weak, I'm unhealthy, I'm obese. No. Your reflection has to be, what can I do to get the best outcome out of this situation? What can I do to find the solution to this situation? What are my greatest strengths that I could utilize to change the current situation? What are the resources, the people I have around me that I could maximize when I can no longer count on myself because I've exhausted all my strengths, potential? What are they? So it's looking on your strengths. There is an amazing thing when we focus on strength. It's that you're going to get the army. You're going to get the weapon. You feel empowered. You feel strong. You feel capable. You feel in control. So when you reflect on you and your greatest strengths, it gives you hope and control. Above all, when you start with this reflection, I am a strong believer in a mighty creator and divine God. And I strongly believe that there is no situation we will go through that he will not see us through it. It might become whatever. Sometimes we don't understand. We might think it's knocked us down. For those who followed me again and again, I've told you my greatest challenges in my life. My greatest challenge has been in my marriage. You see my husband and myself now, we are like inseparable, power couple, everything. But those challenges were needed. I look back and I'm truly grateful. Even my husband, we had to go through those challenges in our marriage. It was a season in my life where God was preparing me for that which he called me to do. And my husband too. He was pruning me and shaping me. He was taking all the qualities in me that were going to hinder me from fulfilling my purpose. He was taking all those attributes that will disqualify me from fulfilling my purpose that He's called me to fulfill. But by then I felt like it was painful. But I understood that challenges in life, I've always had the mindset, are opportunities. I always say this in my book, 7 Powerful Strategies. You can get that from Amazon. I don't have it here. I just came to talk to you. And when I understood, what I always say is that every challenge comes wrapped in with a beautiful treasure within it. At the heart of every challenge is a treasure. And you need to go through those challenges, those layers, those steps to get to the heart, the core of it, to unlock that treasure and benefit from it. So when you reflect, as I was talking about, I believe in a divine God, the first key thing I want to actually ask you to do in your moment of reflection, because the truth is, as I said before, change is the one thing that is constant in life. Change will happen with or without my permission. Bet you know, everyone watching me, I really cannot see some of your comments. I'm not going to touch this a lot. Great. So change will happen with or without my permission. So what I actually encourage you to do, some changes are beyond your control and my control. What we are going through right now, COVID-19, beyond our control. But what do? We can control our responses, our perception about it, the way we feel about it, the way we think about it, and the way we let it affect us and our life and our lifestyle eventually. We can have control over that. So when you pause to reflect, I want you to say this prayer always. I do that, the serenity prayer. Lord, grant me the serenity, because the best thing is peace. When you get to a stage where in the midst of chaos you can still have peace, then we can really talk of you achieving the peak of resilience. Because peace is not the absence of war. It's not the absence of chaos. There will be chaos out there. There will be war. There will be strife. Brother fighting brother. Sister fighting sister. Husband fighting wife. Black fighting white. Green fighting yellow. Whatever it is, there will be chaos. There's your own ability to remain peaceful within you. It's your own ability to be able to tap in within the Spirit, the Holy Spirit of God that dwells in you, that is actually has some of the fruits, or which are qualities and characteristics, which are peace, joy, and love. So it's your ability to tap in from that treasure within you that will determine how peaceful you can be, even in the midst of a challenging situation. So when you pause and you are reflecting, I want you to say this prayer. Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. There are some things I cannot change, Lord. I need peace. I need serenity. I need to be able to go to bed and sleep like a baby, even though this problem is still there. Grant me that serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Grant me the courage to change the things that I can't, because it takes courage to bring change in unprecedented times. And above all, I want the wisdom to know the difference. Is this something I can change? Is this something I was called to change? Or is something I cannot change that was meant to prune, shape, build me and qualify me for my purpose? And all I need in this field is that serenity, is that endurance. Is this something I can change or something I cannot change? I need that wisdom. So at the very beginning, I don't use my energy, my resources for a wrong battle. A battle that I was never called to conquer. I was never designed to win or conquer. It's not even my battle. It is needed for, life to go the way it was destined to go. And I am trying to fight that. And at the end of the night, I come back tired and exhausted. And then the problem is not gone. And then sooner or later, I start giving up. After a week, I'm still fighting. I'm fighting the battle. I'm struggling. But the battle is not changing. And then I start giving up. I start becoming anxious and depressed. depressed. And when people tell me, come on, don't give up, you said, Sylvia, I tried. I did everything I could. And you start getting weak because you've exhausted all the energy you had to fight the wrong battle when you could have preserved it for the battles that you truly have to fight. And when the battles that come that you really have to fight, it is actually a stepping stone for you to transform your life and take it to the next level. You are weak. You are actually feeble because you've been spending your time, effort, and energy in the wrong battle. And you're already giving up. You're already giving up. So you need that discernment. You need that wisdom. Wisdom is your ability to discern between right or wrong. You know the right thing to do in the right time. It can be the right thing to do to shoot an enemy. The right time to shoot an enemy is not when they are far away from you and out of touch. You cannot see them. So it's about timing as well and the action. And you need that wisdom, that spirit of discernment, you know, between the wrong and the right, the good and the bad, what I have to do and what I don't have to do. So you need to understand, because like I said again, when you understand that, hey, like I love this, Hakuna Matata, as my African brethren and sister will say, you know, no worries. Someone once put it in the best way. Do you have a problem in life? If the answer is yes, the next question, can you solve that problem? If the answer is yes, why worry? No need to worry at all. Focus your energy, resources to solve that problem, bring about the solution. So at the end of the day, you're happy, fulfilled, and you've learned a lesson. You get back stronger, better, you've learned more lessons, and you're ready to bounce back and help others who will go through that situation in life. And now, if the answer is, do you have a problem in life? Yes. Can you solve it? If the answer is no, why worry? Hey, you've identified you can't solve the problem. You can't cure coronavirus. Why every day you're watching the news, you're feeding yourself with the toxic news and negativity? And I don't know. Some people are dying. You cannot help. You know, someone asked me the other day, I was doing a live video. I just laughed. And I'm saying that live your best life ever. You know, we're born to live life to the fullest. You know, some people will die. I've lost my loved ones, my mom, my dad. That doesn't mean that I will mourn every day in life. Absolutely no. I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to be grateful for every single day I'm given the opportunity and the privilege to live and make the best of it, because God leaves me on earth another day because he needs me to fulfill my purpose. He needs me to impact lives. I'm going to do my best, and I cannot go everywhere. So this person came and said, what life are you living when people in your country are dying? For those who don't know, originally I come from Cameroon, and unfortunately there was this battle there that I don't get involved in things that I cannot solve. Okay, there is so much work to do, and that's why God has given each one of us a purpose. It's like, if I know that I'm an eye, when the nose is having its issue, its business, not breathing, I cannot get involved. All I can do is to help to see and lead the nose where the nose can go and get help. I, as an eye, I cannot help the nose. When the body needs sight, everything within my purpose and potential, I will do all in my power to actually help, to actually make a difference and impact. So he said, what do I do about it? And foreigners, I just smiled. I'm like, oh, I'm in a very polite way. There are so many people. Sylvia is only one. I can't be everywhere. And the truth is, I told him, he never came back. I've lost my mom, I've lost my dad, I've lost my sister, I've lost cousins. Hey, every single day. I'm not even the kind of person, if you realize, I don't put things like every year of my dad's anniversary that he died. I don't say, oh, I miss my dad. My dad lives in me. My dad lives in me. He had a great impact in my life. I'm a true reflection of him, my kindness, my everything. My mom lives in me. That fierce character, that no-nonsense character is for my mom. You know, that kind of lioness kind of character. I have a beautiful blend of both of them, you know. So I don't do that. I've learned to appreciate a lot. I'm very grateful. So I was just telling him that, and which gratitude is another thing to be resilient, to build your resilience. When you're grateful, you focus on the things that you have. You focus on what you have. You focus on the opportunities, on the gifts, on the privileges that you have. And you know that some are not even privileged to have those gifts. You don't take anything for granted. Those who are so ungrateful are always focusing on what they don't have, what makes what they have lost. And yes, there is COVID-19, you know, of course, maybe the job. I don't go to my office that, you know, often. We don't even work from the office anymore. We do most of our stuff online. Of course, we are still paying the rent and all of it. But the government has helped in some ways. And I'm still grateful. We don't know how long they're going to help. We don't know how long this is going to go ahead. But why should I worry? Sit here and be worrying about that when I'm opportune to live every day and be grateful for the life that I've got, the air to breathe, the great health, the ability to impact other people's lives. So come on, I just want to talk again about this reflection. I'm going to stop there. I'll give you other ones, but I'll come back maybe another time and talk on this profoundly. We've got once you've reflected, is this a problem you can solve? Is this something you can solve and make a difference? Then you need the courage. You need the courage. And remember again, challenges are opportunities for you to grow. Challenges never come to crush, break, and destroy you. Challenges come, if they do really crush you, they crush you open to reveal the true you, to reveal maybe how weak you were, how fragile you were, how bitter you were. That is what is revealed. Whoever you become after a challenge, no, it comes from within you. That challenge does not come in and take over your body, unfortunately, no. You become bitter, you become envious, you become aggressive, you become unforgiving. Don't blame it on people and the situation. You need to look within you and take responsibility for those actions that you don't like, that are poison you, that are making you to become anxious, depressed and all of that. You need to take responsibility for those actions. That's the only way. Like I said, you cannot change anything you don't have control over. You cannot. The person who has control over it has the power and authority to change it the way they want and to control it the way they want. And you have control only over your own self. So we cannot blame situations. So when you reflect, I want you to reflect on the solution, on your strengths. You step back. And another great thing, when you step back in your moment of reflection, you're stepping away from the challenge. Like when you look at an object from a distance, it appears so small. But when you come so close, it appears enlarged. Imagine when you're in a plane, you're flying. When you go above the ground level, the higher you go, every object beneath the ground appears so small, so minute, that you cannot even distinguish what is what any longer. So the further you step back from those challenging moments to reflect, the smaller the challenges become and the bigger you become, because what you focus on, what you are so close at, you are looking at, is magnified, and that's what you see. When you push yourself away from that challenge, when you take your focus off it and bring your focus within you, the power in you, the God in you, the divine in you, and you know that you are powerful, you are more than conquerors, you are capable, you are an overcomer, you are a victor and not a victim. You have a different mindset, how you're going to affront and actually, conquer that challenge. So the more you learn to step back, the more you learn to, first of all, step back and reflect, the more you equip yourself with a powerful tool to kick off and actually conquer every challenging situation or crisis in life. Because once you step away from that, it becomes smaller. Imagine you're going towards the door and the door is locked. Maybe your problem now is like you're trying to get a job, every door is closed. You go for that interview, you cannot have it. You're trying to get married, every boyfriend or whatever, fiance you get to meet, they kind of at the end of the day just leave you, break up with you. So everything seems to just be closing. If you're just focusing on that door, this is closed, now you're going to maybe get married, this door just got shut in front of you, and all you're looking is that shut door. Unfortunately, you miss so many opportunities to see a window there, to see some other wonderful man walking by you that maybe might have noticed you, because your focus is only on this door. You miss other opportunities. You miss to see that you can still get into that home through actually a window, or maybe someone is there telling you that they've changed the way to get in. There is another door behind, but because you are so focused on that challenge, you cannot see beyond it. You cannot see any other alternatives. Or you come across a pile of stone, a mountain. What happens is blocking your way. Imagine I come up in front of a mighty stone. Maybe it's there to protect me because there's a challenge. Maybe there's a car coming over. There is a river. There is something there that was going to destroy me. And God is protecting me from that. And then, but because you don't have that power, or you don't even think about reflecting, you cannot think about these things. You cannot have another perception of the problem or the situation or the scenario, because your focus is so much on that. So once you are so focused on that mountain of stones, that pile of stone, you don't see anything else. All you see is a pile of stone. You don't see that there is a path on the right of that stone, or there's another path on the right. Or you come on a stool, you think like, oh, there's a staircase here and whatever. It might just be a stepping stone for you to stand up and get to a greater platform and all of that. So I want to encourage you, as I leave you here again today, whenever you go through challenging situations in life, your first key strategy that you must actually implement is the power of reflection. Step back from that challenging situation. You are the person who is responsible for actually changing that scenario. That scenario is not responsible for changing you and taking you to some other person that you were never created to be. You actually change based on who you are. Like I said before, maybe some of you are so fragile, some of you are so weak, some of you are so bitter. You needed that pressure all through. You didn't know that, you look like you were awesome externally. You didn't know that all through in you had so much bitterness. So once you are pressed and squashed from every corner and direction by challenges, the truth is revealed. The venom, the bitterness, the anger is revealed. So as I said before, if we don't like what we see, those challenges come to crush us and break us open, not to destroy us. So we can see all that which is within us and we can take them off because it's now broken open. Some of us were storing the bottles, in that bottle because we're too comfortable being us. We don't know what it will become to change. Some people are afraid of positive change. They are so comfortable being so negative because they know, at least they can tell, they can predict, even though it's a poor life. Like we always say, some people they say the angel, the devil I know is better than the angel I don't know. We all know that angel is a symbol of goodness, of kindness, of love, and devils are a symbol of, toxic, damaging things, demonic things and forces. But yet some people, because they've lived so much with the devil, they say, at least I know how to deal with the devil. At least I've mastered the devil. I know that he will act and hit me. I will get so crazy for 1 second, so mental. At least when I take my medication, I will go to sleep. They have mastered. Unfortunately, that's no way of living life. You must be ready to change. So this challenge has to crush you, to reveal all that which is within you, the qualities, the characteristics, and the traits, so you can make the change that you need to make for your life to become better. And if you don't like what is there right now, because you're open, it's coming out, and maybe everyone is seeing it, you feel like you need to do something. Because before, you were so focused on the challenging situation that you were putting all the blame on it, forgetting to understand that you have your part to play. So you were not realizing what was within you, the filthiness, and all of that, the anger, the pain. So when you're broken up and when you're squashed and forced to reveal who you are, the vulnerability, you now have the power to bring change. Because the beginning of every change and transformation starts with awareness. Awareness is simply your ability to notice things and to change your life, to transform your life. It starts with self-awareness. It's your ability to notice the self, yourself, so you can make all the changes you need in your life to become all that you were created to be, so you can live life fully. So again, when you are reflecting, when you are squashed, all of the things come out. If you don't love them, then you can easily fill yourself with the things you love, because now you're open, you're broken open. You don't have to be trying to force things into you anymore. You can embrace a new lifestyle. You can embrace a healthy lifestyle. You can embrace a fulfilling lifestyle, an optimistic lifestyle, so you can become resilient. So it's so important and paramount that you reflect. And once you reflect, if the problem is not solved yet, as you are reflecting, because you are looking on you, on your strengths, on your gifts, you start changing your perception. The next strategy will be perception. Our perception in life creates our reality. Sometimes the things we see are not really the way others will see and perceive them. It is based on who you are, your mindset, your beliefs. That's the truth. You will see things a different way. And it says in the Bible, to the pure, all things are pure. You say something to an innocent child, the child will see it differently because their perception is different. They have a pure heart. You say to someone who is so evil, so filthy, I've seen some people, their mindset, it astonishes me, especially from the African background. Every single thing, they have an interpretation, an evil interpretation to it, and an interpretation that links to black magic to it. But to someone who has a pure spirit, who has lied, you just see things at a surface level. Maybe they didn't mean to be nasty. Some will say, oh, their great-grandfather was in this, that. They will spend their time to dig through their ancestors. And then you get bitter, you get caught up in something that is not even the reality, but it's the reality that you have created. And it becomes more magnified in your mind, and you see that over and over again. So you need to change your perception if you need to become resilient. When you reflect on the solutions and all of that, your perception again should be always towards the solution, should be always towards a positive outcome. I call this your golden outcome, the one that will bring you fulfillment, rest, satisfaction, and joy, inner peace. What is that outcome? So ask yourself right now, in that situation you're going through right now, what is the ideal outcome you would want? People who've given up everything just feel like there is no outcome, there is no solution, there is no way out. I'm lost. But that's not the truth. When you change your perception, you're going to change the whole situation, because your perception creates your reality. That's the main reason why two people, again, we go through exactly the same situations, but their responses are completely different and opposite, because one perceives it in another way and that becomes their reality and they get all upset. The other perceives it in another way. Maybe somebody comes and is putting you down and is mean to you. You get all upset. You are fighting back. I will never fight anyone who puts me down, because I know truly who I am. And that's why reflection will help you spend more time with yourself, so you know yourself, your strengths. And remember, your strengths define you, not your weaknesses. People want to put you down. We always focus on your weaknesses. But if you don't know yourself too well and know that you've got some incredible strengths, then you begin to focus on your weaknesses and you feel less. You feel inadequate. But when you focus on your strengths and know that you are human, you are imperfect, and you are perfectly imperfect, which is perfectly fine. And the more you do the things that you are gifted at, you are strengthened, and that's why it says your gift will create rooms for you. You are defined by your strengths, not by your weaknesses. Your weaknesses never define you. In fact, some of the things we even think are weaknesses are not weaknesses. They are indication of the things we're never called to do. God says, Sylvia, because I don't want you to waste time trying to see, I will make you a mouth. So you know that, full stop. Mouths don't see, mouths talk, mouths eat. Don't even try, okay? Something is wrong with your eyes. Yes, you can't see well. Sylvia, don't try. That's not your duty. You're going to support the eye. You bear the burden for a while. If the eyes cannot see, you're stumbling. But your duty, your purpose is to speak. Your purpose is to eat. So if you don't know, for example, that you are the mouth, okay? And when you cannot see, or you are among so many eyes, they are blaming you, putting you down, you start responding to them. You start saying that I can't see, or you start trying to figure out, how come I cannot see? Everyone around me can see. How come I can't do this business? How come I can't succeed? All of my friends, how come all of my friends are in university? They've got a PhD. I'm still struggling. I haven't even gotten a first degree. You are different. Focus on your greatest strengths. Your greatest strengths are an indication of that which you were called to do and fulfill on earth. And hence, that's why you were given those strengths. So you change your perception. Once you start reflecting on yourself and you know yourself better, you change your perception, knowing that, okay, if you're putting me down, abusing me, I truly don't have a problem. You have a problem because you don't know me. Maybe that's how you see yourself. So honestly, and people who put other people down, they have huge self-esteem issues and confidence issues. And the thing, when they put others down, it makes them feel better. Because the truth is, I always say this, I'm not very tall, okay? But if I had to press someone to sit down, I'm not going to change my heart. I'm standing up, I'm really pressing them down so they stay seated throughout, my stay with them or my time with them. I feel great, I feel taller, I feel that I'm above that person. Has it changed me one bit? No. The time that I could have used to improve myself, work on myself, I'm focusing on keeping that person down and forever down. What a coward way to live life. Those who abuse, who put people down, you have a disagreement, go to the point and clear your situation out. And that's why some people cannot be resilient, because they become so personal, they become so abusive. So you're always broken by every life situation, by every life challenge, because you've not understood that you can bounce back. Yeah, you hit rock bottom, bounce back. Bounce back. Your ability to bounce back does not depend on that surface that you hit. It depends on how elastic you are. How elastic you are. Your ability to respond, ignore people, whether they call you whatever and whatever, is based on who you are. Because you know who you are. When we don't know clearly who we are, we have that doubt, we don't have confidence, then we start doubting ourselves. When they say you're stupid, maybe you failed an exam 10 times, you start seeing all the situation when you failed. You start seeing all the situation when you went for a job you were not given. Your mind start playing tricks to you. Your mind is magnifying them, unfortunately, and that's what you see and you feel belittled. So never focus on your weaknesses, because your weaknesses will never define you. Of course, there are some weaknesses that will inhibit you from fulfilling your greatest strengths and your maximum potential. Jealousy. You're not going to go anywhere with being jealous. being so evil, being so bitter, being so resentful, you're not going to go anywhere. It's going to eat you up and damage you. Being so hateful is one of the greatest cancer. It's worse than any cancer. It's gradually going to eat you and make you crush and become so bitter. You need to work on those. Those are kind of like cancerous attitudes that get on your way. It gets on the way. It doesn't care whether it's a strength or a weakness. It gets on the way. It's like a cancerous cell. It just takes over your entire body. It just keeps expanding and expanding. So those toxic behaviors, attitudes, you need to work on them. Being so negative, always putting yourself down, putting others down, it's so negative. You're not going to go anywhere with that. You cannot succeed. No one pessimistic has ever been successful in creating any change in the world. No, they sit, they complain, they blame, they do that. So you need to change those attitudes, those weaknesses that are linked to your qualities, and you need to work on them. So when I really say weaknesses, I'm talking on some key stuff like you're not really good at one thing, you're super good at another. Some people, have seen people, everybody thinks like, wow, it's fun and posh now to become a motivational speaker. But when you see them, you truly know they are not gifted. You truly know they are not gifted. It's kind of really like, I don't know how to put it, but you really can feel it. When you see a speaker who is truly a motivational, inspirational, transformational speaker, you can feel it because their own lives is transformed first, and then they can transform others. So great. Reflection, perception, focus. Where your focus goes, your energy goes. For you to be able to bounce back, your focus must be on up, not down. You fall on the ground, your focus, you must be looking up where you want to be. You want to rise up. So when you see people passing by, you can say, please, can you help me? You can hold your hands. If there's nobody around, you cannot be focused on the ground. You cannot be focused on the problem. You cannot be focused on that valley. You want to rise up the mountain. You want to come out of that tunnel. You cannot be focusing on the dark tunnel. You need to be focused at the light, at the exit of the tunnel, looking for every, signal, every source of hope that you can cling on to lead you to that exit. So it's so important where you focus. To be resilient, your focus. Someone like myself, I'm one of the most optimistic humans on planet Earth. I say that again and again, optimistic. And that's why I'm super resilient. Nothing in life can break me. I've gone through my greatest storm, and God has used it to build me tremendously. Before I even went through that, I've always been a very tough woman. One of my aunties described me best as a bulldozer. That's when I was still very small in secondary school. She says, I am a bulldozer. If I'm walking by, a bulldozer, I see rocks and stuff along my path that are blocking my path. I literally uplift them out of my way and go. My focus is not them. I just take you off my way and I'm going. My focus is my destination. My focus. I'm truly gifted in that, and I'm sure that's why God called me for this work that I'm doing. I left my medical professional to serve others, to give them hope, to inspire them, to encourage them. Resilience is one of my greatest strengths, and because I've learned to be, all of these things, I know who I am. I super know who I am. I don't need anybody to tell me who I am. You don't even know. Only God knows who I am and myself. My husband thinks sometimes he knows me. He doesn't know me better than I know myself. Nobody on earth. Some friends might think they know me. No one on earth knows. My darling Betty knows me. I know, sweetheart. Yeah, so friends sometimes, close friends, you might ask them some things because they can see some things that maybe you take for granted or you ignore. So I really appreciate my darling Betty there. My daughter Esa Betty. Thank you, my sweetheart. You're such a darling friend. I love you so much. Wonderful. So, it's really knowing yourself well, and always focusing on the solution. I'm a very solution focused person. If I'm in an argument and I see that it's not going anywhere, I'm not adding value, you're not adding value in my life, I just walk. I literally can put a full stop to an argument, over. That's it. It's not about winning arguments for me. It's about adding value. I'm either adding value or someone is adding value. After that argument, after that encounter, I must live enriched. Either because I've added value, because each time I add value, I've come and spoken to you now, I'll live more enriched than you. Honestly, believe me. You might have been touched and impacted, but once I've served, guess what? Because I'm replenished, I'm revived, I'm refreshed. I feel amazing. I feel fulfilled from serving you. So, actually, what's that? Wonderful. So, as I was saying, because I know myself very well, and I have that ability to really bounce back. I know that if I'm getting into every situation, I'm solution focused. I'm not wasting my time. I'm reflecting. If I'm not getting the solution, I know that there is a key message in that. I know that God wants me to see something. I know that He's teaching me something. I'm asking, Spirit of discernment, lead me, Lord. Open my eyes. Show me. What do you want me to learn from this? I'm a keen learner. And I change my focus. I change my perception. I create the reality that I want. I affirm a lot. I call the things that I want to see in my life. I affirm. Affirmation is calling those things that are not as if they were. Your words are life or death. I use my words enormously to produce life in my life. If someone is being nasty or whatever to me, I use the exact opposite, reinforcing word and speak it. And the truth is, goodness, positivity has more power than negativity. Positivity always takes over. Negativity is a greater force and power. It's like goodness is a greater force and power. When there's more evil in our world, unfortunately, it's because good people like you and me are silent. We are silent. It's not because evil people are powerful. No, because good is always a bigger force than evil. Evil is the absence of goodness, and all of that. Light is a bigger force than darkness. Light is the absence, darkness is the absence of light. Where there is darkness, once light steps in, it engulfs it, and there is no more darkness. It is light in the area. So it is so important. After that, you focus, and then you must take action. You might reflect as much as you want. You change your perception, be optimistic as you want. You don't take action. Little steps. What can I do to change my situation? You can't stay there forever. Take little steps. Maybe for some of you, you need to go and exercise. You need to eat healthy. You need to become more positive. You need to go and train. You need to go for personal development workshops. Don't only spend all your time, buying clothes, drinking, taking care of yourself by having all those external things. Those external things don't bring you true joy and fulfillment. They are just decoration. The true joy and fulfillment comes from within you. Spend time, invest in your health, invest in your personal development. You might need to do that for some of you to be able to go through this challenging situation and become more resilient. You must take action, no matter how small they are. Every journey of 1,000 miles in life begins with a single mile, a single step, actually a baby step. Take action. Ask yourself today, what am I going to do after listening to Sylvia to take me away from this challenging situation, to make me to become more resilient? As you take in action, I want you to be thankful. Gratitude is a powerful healing attitude. I've said this again and again and again and again and again. Most people who are not resilient, most people will go through some really health issues, mental health issues. If you look deep down in them, unfortunately, you might say there's a lot of ingratitude. Because you focus on the loss, what you don't have. You focus on what is gone, and all of that, you fail to see what you have. Because the truth is, when you count your blessings, you'll be amazed. Some people are yearning to live your life while you're crying. When you learn to appreciate, when you think that you are privileged to wake up this morning, you can be here. Some are in the hospital beds, they can't even breathe, they need oxygen. You are privileged to eat and even make choices of what you eat and not eat. Some cannot even eat, even if they have all the money in the world, they need tubes to feed them. When you think that, you have so many reasons to be grateful. You have so many reasons. That's one of the key things that will make you super, super, super resilient. Nothing life throws at you can make you become weak and stay down, because you'll be grateful. Oh, thank God I fell. I didn't break my hand. I didn't break my leg. Thank God I fell. I didn't die. I'm still alive. Thank God, yes, my marriage got broken. I failed, whatever. I had a divorce. I didn't lose my life. Some have lost their life in marriages. Thank God. I lost my mom, but thank God. She gave birth to me. She gave me the opportunity. If she had aborted me, even though God prepared me to be here for a cause, for a purpose, if my mom had aborted me, I wouldn't be here. Thank God I had the opportunity to have such a mom, and I'm living on now. And thank God that you still give me the opportunity to live, to have breath of life, that I might make a difference and maybe do some of the things that my mom could not do, to actually impact more lives. So when I go, I leave a legacy behind. When you are thankful, there is no room. In my marriage now, I don't even know what I can really have as a problem. I'm so thankful. Sometimes I lie in bed there with my husband, even if it makes me upset. I'm just so thankful for such an amazing husband I have. What a loving husband. I focus on the things he does for me. I'm like, wow, he makes a lot of jokes. He cooks sometimes for me. He's an amazing cook. He loves me from the core of his heart. I focus on those. Of course, I might rebuke or, some certain things that are wrong. I will challenge it there and there. But honestly, I don't pull that and let it disturb my peace one single moment. I'll sleep like a baby. Even after a misunderstanding, I know that, hey, if I want to hug that guy, if I want to lie on him again, his arms, I tell him, they are my arms. I'm going to lie there. And sometimes I tell him when he's just been, done something to me, I'm so blessed, that, to have such a wonderful husband. The other day he was coming from the car. He had his shirt, one of his buttons a bit like open, the wearing button completely. And to him, he was upset with me. I don't even know what, but I wasn't upset with him. He was just going through, he had some of his moments. Maybe he wants something from me or whatever. And I was just smiling. I just stood like on the window and I was just watching him. He looked so handsome. His chest looked so amazing. I was like, wow. And then when he walked in, I'm like, sweetheart, you know what? I was admiring you, that am I the wife of such a handsome gentleman? And he just looked at me like that and he just smiled. And I went over and kissed him, So it's just really being grateful. It helps a lot, a lot. It helps a lot. Eventually ask and ask and ask, it shall be given. Ask, A-S-K, ask, seek and knock. Ask is not giving, seek is not, you don't see it, knock. Knock doors that have been closed. Keep knocking and knocking and knocking until someone opens up and bring up the solution to you. Learn to ask. We don't have it all, so we don't become so arrogant. So we know that we have weaknesses. Is to humble us. It's like, I'm the eye. I can only see. I cannot breathe. I can't be bragging that I'm the one who brings light to this body. If I need actually food, the eyes cannot eat for me. So God, in a way, wants to humble us. Confidence is not arrogance. Confidence is believing in yourself and trusting in yourself because you know yourself. You know that you've got potential in an area and you've got the ability to fulfill things in that area where you are giving all the gifts and maximum potential. Whereas confidence is you thinking that you're superior than another. Sorry, arrogance. You're superior than another, or you're better than another. So the fact that you cannot overcome a life situation or challenging situation, you need to ask. Asking is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. It means that you know yourself so very well and you know that you've exhausted your maximum potential. You've exhausted your resources. Sit back and relax. Above all, ask God to intervene. Hey, Lord, you created me for this journey. You created me to fulfill a purpose, so all glory will go to you. Lord, if I, Sylvia, mess up, you know what? It will be shame on my God. But no one can shame him. He wants me to succeed. So I lie back and ask him. I just lay back. Lord, help me. You said you're going to be with me. You're going to order my steps. You called me for this very purpose. I need you. I need you, and I'm smiling. I'm not going to be the one. It's like when you see people are not successful, they can ask like, oh, who is that, your God? But our God is a great God. If I'm thriving, I'm successful, I'm happy, then people want to say, oh my goodness, I want to know your God, Sylvia. He's an amazing God. He's incredible. He's a God of joy, of hope, of laughter. He's a God of resilience. He gives you all the power. In fact, he says, I've not given you a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and sound mind. He's an incredible God. That's the God I serve. It's not religion for me. You can see the glowing is his power in me that glows. I can't pretend. Joy is a natural thing. You can see from the depth of my eyes, of my heart, I'm truly happy. I'm truly fulfilling my purpose. I'm blessed. And when you learn to do just that, it becomes the same. I'm not any different from you. We are all unique and different and special. But when you learn to actually understand those principles in life, it makes life easier for you. It makes you understand that your God will not lead you through any situation that he will not see you through it. When it's so tough sometimes, maybe because you are trying so hard, you want to take the glory. That is my hard work. I just lie back. Like when I speak and speak and speak, I don't read anything. I don't prepare anything. It's obvious that I'm inspired by a divine God. It's obvious that's not from me, because some things just come for the very first time even. It's obvious that I'm connected to a higher power. So you need to ask. You need to ask. If you're in any damaging situation, challenging situation right now, you can't seem to see the light, ask someone around you. Ask role models. Ask mentors. Role models are people who have been through that same situation. They went through, they've overcome it, and now they are there to tell you that every human that goes through that situation can overcome, because they are only human. So you can ask them. They can show you the strategies, how they did it. They can hold your hands and walk that path with you because they are familiar. I mean, the path is familiar to them. They have walked it several times. They know where there is a roadblock. They know where there is a hole. They know where there is a valley, and they will lead you to the right path of success. So ask and ask and ask. And finally, lessons. You cannot go through a situation and leave that situation the same person that you were before going through. That would be really stupidity. I'm sorry, I don't use words like that, but that's the truth. when we don't, because that's ignorance. We've been ignorant. We don't want to learn. God says, okay, I'm going to use a life situation to teach you. One of my pastors usually say, experience is the lowest form of learning. Learn before you get through a situation. You experience a situation so you can navigate it through. Better. You can navigate through it better. So some of us, when we don't want to learn, you don't want to spend time on your personal development. Maybe I didn't want to spend time to go learn about marriage. I was just comfortable sitting there doing my thing, thinking that, hey, I know so much. God says, okay, Sylvia, you know what? I'm going to train you by experience, because it's awesome when you learn by experience. I'll get you into that fire so you know what it means getting into fire. So next time, you actually going to avoid fire. You're not going to go by fire when you see fire and all of that. So you must look for lessons. Every situation in life is an opportunity for you to learn. Every experience in life, good or bad, is worthy and has the power to transform your life and the life of others. Once it transforms your life, you become a transformed individual. You have the power and authority to transform others' life through those experiences, through those lived experiences. So if you don't want to learn, you don't want to study, you don't want to buy books, life will teach you some of those lessons by experience, good or bad. We need to learn them, because to move to the next level, there are tests in life. You must take that test to qualify and graduate to fit in that other level, because there will be different tests that you can't get there when you are not prepared. It's like leaving a child from class 1 who doesn't even know addition, simple addition. You want to take that child to class 7 where they are doing, algebra and all of that. The child is just going to become really, really weak in there and lost. So God is taking you to your purpose. He doesn't want you to be lost. If you don't want to learn, challenging situations are experiences that you have to live so you learn. Look for lessons. Ask yourself, what lesson can I learn now? During this COVID, a lot of us have learned so many lessons. Don't take your loved ones for granted. Value yourself. Take care of your health. Value life. Treasure your loved ones. In 1 second, you can see someone. In the next second, they are gone. And eventually, what else? You've done all of these things. The challenges are still there. Go and use the power of your words of affirmations. Just call those things. Just call those things that are not as if they were, and they become a reality. God created the world literally. I don't know, not literally. It says by his word. In the beginning was the word. The word became flesh and he spoke the word. And we have that power. Honestly, words are life. I've seen that again and again. That's my life testimony. I've seen that again and again and again and again in my life. And that's why I can be resilient, because every challenging situation, be it negative, somebody speaking negative and nasty to me, I always overcome it with the exact positive and even more positives. So there's always an overflow of positivity that has the ability not only to neutralize the negativity, but to flow out in excess. And I can bless others through my being optimistic and positive. God bless you all. I've got a training. I need to go. I've stayed again longer. That's always me. Thank you all so much for joining me, and God bless you all. I'm the wonderful, inspiring Dr. Sylvia Likambi, super resilient. My life is the greatest testimonial of my authority, why I stand and teach you. That's my lifestyle, okay? So it's easy to kind of inspire, transform your life. I simply come and sow a seed, and if I can be this way, you can be, and even more than me, because you've got me here to train you. I do a lot of mentoring. I mentor people, from all sorts, whatever walk of life you want, whatever area, be it depression, be it mental problem, be it your career, be it business. So I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a businesswoman, I'm a mom, I'm a power wife, be it in relationships. It's a blessing. I have those gifts. So you can contact me. I can support you right now. Because of COVID-19, all of my packages are 70% off. So you get it for a great deal. Ask everyone I've mentored, my mentees. Honestly, I was telling my husband once after I finished a session, I'm like, wow, I'm really, really blessing people. I've got this power of words. I sit with some of my mentees in the space of 1 second. I crave a word about, of course, I talk with them and I find out key things about them. I come out with a superb, I don't know, identity or purpose that defines them, that fits in. I'm just blessed. And I left telling my husband that, my goodness, when you see that you truly transform lives, and are with you can't even put a price on it. So if you need me, then I'm here to serve you, okay? I do a lot of work for free. I'm the founder of Voice of Nations, an award-winning behavior change organization. Most of the programs we do there are fully funded and for free, and I deliver them. And some of them, we also have a publishing company. You want to publish your book, then here we are. Yes, my daughter's book. If I take it off there, it's going to surely fall. So wonderful. And we're running a contest right now. It's open. If you have a child aged 9 to 16, they want to write a book, they've got some short stories, my daughter want to inspire them to thrive, to unleash their creative genius and thrive, so they can publish with her in December. So it's open. I'll put the link here after this. Go there and register your daughter. A simple registration fee of £15. And this time we are looking on family. Any short story on family. We want to leave a positive message. It can be a fiction, a story, but with a positive message. Family. We chose family to start with because this COVID period has given us a lot of opportunity to spend with our family. It can be your child's family. Let them write something, 150 to 200 words, and enter the competition. They will become, they will have the ability, the opportunity to publish with Sylvia Likambi, the youngest best-selling author in Liverpool. She's now published 3 books, and that's my first daughter, and she's just incredible. And her goal is to inspire many more children to write their own books and become authors. She wrote her first book at 7, and it was published at 10 because I was not even noticing that a 7-year-old child could write. And since she published her book, she's inspired so many children to start thinking of reading and publish their own books. A lot of people were reading, their kids were writing. Once they realized that my daughter published their books, they realized that, oh, I can also write. I can also become an author. And it's just incredible. And she wants to inspire many more children. Those who cannot take the initiative by themselves, we have this program now so she can bring them in. And it becomes so easy for them to start getting their stories out there, because I believe all our children are incredibly gifted and they all have a story to share with the world. We want to give them this platform to step out confidently and share that story with the world. We'll have another session mid-October on friendship, short stories on friendship. We'll do this quite often. We love you all and God bless you. And for those of you who want to get my daughter's book, you can get it on Amazon or on our website, www.Likambi Global Publishing. If you have a story, your mess might just be that message of hope to the world. So don't be so worried. The mess you are going through right now, look at my husband and myself. Our greatest challenge in life was our marriage. We have the Power Couple show and program. We mentor, we coach, we support, counsel couples. We've helped a lot of marriages to stand firm. So your mess might literally just be a message to the world. In fact, we're writing a book together, a power couple book with my husband. So you have a story to share. You don't feel comfortable? I'm a coach. I can help you gain that confidence and share that amazing story with the world. And you start seeing your purpose in your pain. Some of us, our pain is actually giving birth. Is the travail, travail. Labor pain. You have to give birth to a child. You've conceived that child in your womb for so long. It doesn't come easily. You go through that pain, that labor pain. So for some of you, the pain you're going through right now in that situation that you think that is killing you is the pain to bring forth your purpose. Is the pain to bed forth your purpose. You've been so complacent and comfortable in that situation, and this challenging situation is coming to bed forth your vision, your purpose of existence. Don't give up, don't give in, don't quit. I'm here to support you. Thank you, my darling Faith, and God bless you. I love you all. I love you all. I can see your comments now. Maybe you didn't comment before. I didn't see it. So I wish you all the best, and know that you are resilient. You're a conqueror. You're a victor. It doesn't matter what you're going through in life. You have the ability to conquer. You have the ability to overcome. You are so elastic. You are so elastic. If you are depressed right now, you are struggling right now, you are not on any medication. I am a medical professional. I am a pharmacist. My study was a lot on medicine and all of that. I know what those drugs do. Reach out, please, before you make that decision to go take toxins. Don't take any antidepressants right now if you are not yet on it. If you're on it, you can see your doctor, speak with them, and seek help. I've worked with so many people who've come off medication. I don't advise them to come off, but the transformation in their lives, and they start unlocking their own true power and realize just how powerful their mind is. Your mind is your greatest ally, your greatest best friend, ally, or your worst enemy, unfortunately. And it's up to you how you see it and how you treat it. So if you are actually suffering now in pain, anxious, I want to plead with you, don't go for the medication options now. Medication will not bring you joy. Medication will not solve that problem. No drug can give you that sense of joy, peace, it comes from within you. Reach out to me. Reach out to me. I want to help you. And reach out to so many other people. Don't go for it. It might seem the easier option. That's why if you're on antidepressants, we put you there for life and maybe increase the doses. It's never meant to cure you. It doesn't cure. It's meant to manage your emotions, your hormones. So it kind of like either releasing a lot of endorphins, serotonin, so you feel good for a while, or it's, you know, breaking those reuptake blocking those reuptake receptors, so the serotonins are not taken up, they stay in your system, so you feel more good longer, but then they have their own side effects. I love you all, and God bless you. If you've not joined the Optimal Health and Wellbeing group on Facebook, I want to invite you to join on the 10th of October, which is Mental Health Day. We have a symposium. God bless you. And my book is coming out on Saturday. I want you to get that book. I want you to transform your life, okay? Like you've never done before. I want you to be super, super successful in every area of your life. I want you to glow and thrive and become super resilient. When you actually, you know, when you come to that stage of awareness that success is your birthright, you were born to succeed. Nothing can break you. You were placed on this very earth to succeed. That's the reason you were placed on earth to do. So you think about it. I will do a small, like a pre-launch on Saturday when the book is out. The links will be there for you to order. And all of that, I wish you all a beautiful and a glorious day. God bless you, and I love you all. You've been with a wonderful, inspiring Dr. Sylvia Likambi, a leading empowerment and transformation authority, inspirational and transformational speaker, coach, well-being coach, mentor, and I love you all. My goal is to transform trillions and trillions and trillions of lives globally, so people do not conform to societal norms and limitations and conform to mediocre patterns of life, but they are transformed through the renewal of their mind, so they can unlock their true purpose and identity and go out and live a fulfilled and glorious life, one day at a time, impacting others. So when I make you fulfill your purpose, I'm fulfilling my purpose of existence. I love you all, and smile often. Smile often is the best anti-wrinkle therapy. All right, you don't need no pharmaceutical drug not to have wrinkles. If I tell you my age, you wouldn't believe it. Exercise if you are not exercising. Keep fit, exercise. It will help you to be more resilient, because the more you exercise, you release endorphins, you release some amazing hormones, you know, dopamine, you release them in your system. They're incredibly good. They are natural antidepressants. That's why there's no way I can be depressed. There's a lot of bubbly hormones in my system. I exercise a minimum 5 days a week. There's a lot of bubbly positive hormones in my system, fighting any source of depression or whatever. So you have the natural sources of these medications. You know what? I can go on and on and on forever. I love you all, and God bless you. Thank you.